This is the unconscious mind morning reset, so you can set yourself up for success when you wake up in the morning. So before you check your phone, before the world pulls you in so many different directions, this is your moment to align with the version of you who's confident, who's successful, who's calm, who has a clear vision of what they want to do that day. So today is not just any other day. It's a chance for you to boost your mind power, your energy, and focus on a whole new reality. So if you want to do that, then listen all the way to the end of this video, because success is easy for you. And my name is Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can create success. And success is here, and you might as well be ready for it. And one of the easiest ways to be ready for it is to reset your mind every single morning for success. So first, it's really important to understand why it's so important to reset your mind in the morning. And it's actually easier than you think for one specific reason. So when you wake up in the morning, your mind is really suggestible. And also before you go to sleep, right before you go to sleep, your mind is very suggestible. It's really easy to access the unconscious mind during this time, the creative and intuitive part of the mind. It's also really easy to enter into a state of flow. So think about it. Before you wake up, you're lying there. You're in a calm, relaxed state. Usually you don't wake up and you're just like totally motivated and you have to do a bunch of things. No, you're there. You kind of get up. You get into the day. So why not, before you get up and really get into the day, while you're in this state of flow, it's a perfect time to align yourself for the day. So the morning is the best time to do this, because then you can set an intention for the whole day, all because your mind is really suggestible as well. So there's a few different things that you can do to really set up your unconscious mind for success. Now, why do I say your unconscious mind and not you? What I have found with clients that I've worked with over the many years, different students, is when clients put the effort in their mind, then they don't have to put as much energy and effort into the physical. So what if you could design your whole day when you wake up? What if you could create your whole reality for that day just in a few minutes when you wake up? What if that whole day could be crystal clear, with calmness, with confidence, with a limitless mindset where you know that you're more than capable and you know you're more than deserving of something, all because you took a few minutes in the morning to set yourself up for success. And really, you can do this at any time during the day. So anytime you find your mind wandering, or you find yourself feeling stressed or anxious, or you're off track, you can just reset your mind for success. And you can really focus on something that you want to focus on. Because if you're not focusing on what you want, then what are you really focusing on? What's happening is your unconscious mind then is showing you all the programs that you actually have access to. So if you're not focusing on what you want, maybe then you feel anxious or stressed or whatever it is. So use this time to align your mind. So there's a few things that you can do. One thing that I like to do is you have a mental rehearsal of your ideal day. So think about it. Think about your day. How's it going to go in the morning? How is your day going to go throughout the morning all the way to lunch? How's it going to go after that, all the way to dinner, after dinner, and when you go to sleep? What are you going to accomplish that day? What are some ways that you could learn? What are some ways that you could grow? What are some relationships that you can build? So when you wake up, your mind, because you're accessing the unconscious mind, that's the creative part of the mind. So the mind is going to come up with so many wonderful ideas for you. And it's okay to have a pen and paper there, a pencil and paper right there, so you can write down what your mind comes up with. So you can ask your mind, let's just visualize the ideal day today and notice what your mind comes up with. And the wonderful thing about this is you're actually building rapport with your unconscious mind. And when you're noticing your ideal day, your mind is focusing on what you want. And the more you focus on what you want, the more success you're going to have. And the more success you have, then you can easily reward yourself as well. So when you have your ideal day in the morning, you can ask yourself too, how can I reward myself for this ideal day? So let's say your ideal day involves getting a new client. How are you going to reward yourself when you get that new client? Maybe your ideal day also involves spending time with your family. So how are you going to reward yourself and your family for spending time together? And this says the reward doesn't have to cost money. It doesn't. It can be whatever. So think about this as well, because this will make your day filled with pleasure, filled with excitement. You'll be looking forward to doing this thing because you get a reward. And a lot of people, I was in a meeting actually just last night, and we were discussing rewards because we have clients where we help the client come up with the rewards, because sometimes they're like, oh, I want to do this. It's not exciting enough for me. How can I do it? I say, well, how are you going to reward yourself when you finished? And they're like, well, I haven't considered that yet. So when you have a reward, then you're more likely to complete the goal because your mind wants that reward. And there was someone, they were trying to achieve a specific target, a goal, and they were falling just short and they couldn't figure out why. And that person, they had such trouble giving themselves rewards. And the person who was coaching this student asked them, how can you reward yourself? What will make it so easy and effortless for you to get this thing? And they said, well, I really want to have a certain car. And they said, well, what do you think about that? So the person went and they bought this car. And then as soon as they bought the car, they got the goal. Interesting. Now, I'm not saying that you have to buy a car to get the goal. What I'm saying is your unconscious mind then is looking forward to something, and your unconscious mind is the goal getter. So you can set all of this up in the morning, just visualizing, mentally rehearsing your ideal day. And another thing that you can do is think about how much energy you want to have throughout the day. How much energy are you going to have at work, in your business, with your spouse, with your kids, with your family? Think about having the most optimal amount of energy throughout the day. And also think about how you're going to speak to yourself throughout the day. What are some really positive things that you can say to yourself throughout the day? What is one intention throughout the day that you want to accomplish? So in the morning, you can set the tone for everything. A lot of people have a whole morning routine. Meditate, read, do all these things. If you can just mentally rehearse something and think about what's your intentions for the day, what's going to make this the ideal day, this starts to program your mind for success every single day. And if you're visualizing the whole day, every minute, every second of every day. So why would you do anything else in the morning besides visualizing and mentally rehearsing your ideal day? And the morning is a great time for this. And then when you go to sleep, you can ask yourself, how can I have an ideal day tomorrow? And then when you wake up, your unconscious mind is going to have the answers, so then you could mentally rehearse those. And then you have a continuous cycle of having ideal day after ideal day after ideal day after ideal day. And what would that get for you? And what would that allow you to do? So thanks so much for listening. Go ahead and share this with someone who will benefit. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. Really helps me keep making content every single day. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.